All right, this is going to be such a raw and real video coming from someone who graduated from college, played Division I football, and spent a lot of time in preparation to get to college, to get a full scholarship, Division I, and leave with a business marketing degree. And honestly, to tell you that if I were to do it again, I would do some things drastically different. Drastically different, all right? So let me just give you a little background. I started playing football and basketball in middle school, got very serious with football because, I don't know, basketball just wasn't clicking for me. I was good, but I was like, you know what? If I'm going to dump all my eggs in one basket, I'm going to play football. So I start playing football. Full in it, all out. I'm all out. I'm training. I'm going to camps. And it comes high school time. And around that time, I graduated from high school in 2010. This is pre-internet, pre-iPhone, all this stuff. We didn't have the type of stuff that you guys have to go and vlog your experience in high school or, film your games at the type of quality like I'm shooting this video right here. It was impossible, man. I made my recruitment tapes like out of VHSs. Horrible footage. Somebody at the top with a camcorder at the bleachers filming my game. Oh yeah, that's Travis. 90-yard touchdown. You can't see any details. It was purely stats and connections when it came to football. And I jumped around from 3 different high schools. I went to my public high school, then I went to a private Catholic school, and then I went to a prep school. And that's where really things started hitting there. When I was at this prep school, my parents spent a good amount of money, a good amount of change, man. God bless my parents, man. They did everything to support me. And I went to, there's 2 private schools, and they cost a good amount of change. When it came time to now get recruited, I was, I'm a 5'6" running back, under 200 pounds. They call us scat backs. At that time, 2013, 2014, nah, bro, they wanted big backs. They didn't want scat backs. Of course, when I graduate and I'm already in college, now everybody wants scat backs. So I went to Cheshire Academy. It was a school out in Connecticut. And at the time, one of the coaches came from Don Bosco's down in Jersey, had a big reputation for putting people into D1 scholarships, had a lot of connections out there from winning a lot of championships down in Don Bosco's in Jersey. And I basically followed coaches because I was following connections. I said, I need to get a scholarship. My mom always used to tell me, Trav, if you want to go to college, you better get a scholarship. So that was always in my head. Scholarship, 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 scholarship. And I'm going to tell you why at the end of this video, why that's super, super important. Because what you don't realize is what you focus on is what you become. Okay? And when you're in this area of high school and you're getting recruited, if you don't have the right guidance, you could end up just wasting a lot of time in your life, man. My parents did the best that they could. They guided me. They brought me up in a great way. But when it came to football, I wish somebody really sat me down and said, Trav, do you love this? Is this something you want to commit to for the next 4 years? And possibly if you go to the league, because, that I was nice, man. I was nice. I was pushing for that. Anything after school, leagues, European League, anything like that, I was going for it. And I wish somebody sat me down and said, do you really love this? So I'm at Cheshire Academy. I end up getting the scholarships by me. First off, God help me, for one. But I put the action out there. I went and showed up at the camps. I called the coaches. I sent my tapes. My coach at Cheshire Academy, I don't know. If you were to ask me, I felt like he didn't really prioritize me at all. He prioritized everybody else. I had a couple other, people who went D1A. And, they were nice athletes. They were good. But, for some reason, every time I went to ask him for something, it was kind of like he was too busy. He was too busy. He did a great job, but if I look back on it, he was too busy. Now, I end up getting a scholarship to 3 places: Fordham University, Elon in North Carolina, and University of Rhode Island, which is ultimately what I chose. And at University of Rhode Island, man, I had some of the best times of my life. We partied. I met some great friends. I met one of my best friends out there. A couple of my best friends actually out there. And it was such a fun experience, but at the same time, very, very just not focused on what I should have been focusing on. You know, I like I said, this video is for those college athletes, or even you're going to be a freshman. If you are going to college, I'm not saying you got to have it all figured out, but have some ideas. Have something in mind. Know that you are going to go to school because you want to study architecture and you want to, you know, work into engineering, and you got this plan to be some builder. In high school, even though it seems to move very fast, you have a lot more time. You know, right now, I'm 30, going to be 36 this year. I have one daughter, and I'm going to be having a son soon in the next month or so. So I am I'm married. We have a house. I have a job. I'm working on YouTube. I have a podcast. And I'm going out on my own to go do this cinematography for businesses, churches, people. I'm extremely busy, but my time is so thin with when I could do what I need to do. Because as life grows and you start having a life, you're going to realize that that time that you got to spend on yourself gets even smaller. Now you have to wake up early, have later nights. You got to really prioritize your time. But when you're in high school and when you are in college, you have so much more time. Yes, it seems like you got so much going on. You got studying, you got midterms, you got finals, you got friends and girlfriends and issues and all this type of stuff. But I'm telling you, if you take a breath, sit back, take a breath and really analyze yourself, look at yourself and say, what do I want to do with this life? And one of my first things I would tell you to do is lock in with God, get a relationship with God, because if you woke up today, you have a unique and wonderful purpose that is meant to change this world and change people's lives and bring them closer to God through your talent. Only special for you. God gave that talent to you. But if you don't act on it, what's the point of if I give you a talent and you don't work on it, you don't put any action towards it, it basically just gets lost in the sauce. It's worthless. It's worthless. You might as well take that talent and give it to somebody else who's actually going to do something with it. So when you're in college, I gotta nail this point home. Make sure you love what you're doing. I didn't love football, guys. I did not love it. I thought of it as a means to ultimately help my future family, help my current family, and have money based off a talent of mine. But I didn't love it. Do you know how much goes into college sports and NFL? Meetings, preparation, practice. It's fully encompassed, man. It takes over your whole life. When I was in college, it took over my whole life. I graduated and I almost was like, what did I graduate with? I got a business marketing degree. Thank God I chose business marketing because that's what I do now. But at the time, there was no internet marketing. We were barely on social media. Snapchat was maybe one of the most popular things. YouTube was not like people weren't creating videos left and right. There were no influencers like that. Nobody was walking around school with cameras. None of that, all right? So when you really look at it, if you don't love it, you could spend so much wasted time on it. You know, I was just talking to my aunt and I was talking about college. And I said, wow, you know, I wish I got into film and music way earlier, but I just didn't know I liked it. I didn't know I liked it. You know, I didn't take that time to find out what I truly loved. You know, I almost felt like I was, I don't know, on this like roller coaster or hamster wheel of life where I needed to get to a certain point and then I would be good and then I could breathe. But how am I going to even get successful at something that I don't love? Even though I was good at football, man, I was balling. And I'm going to tell you something, what happened to me. My senior year, I tore my ACL and left and right meniscus. And not because I got popped. Not because somebody hit me. No. I was kick return, man. That was one of my things, too. I did kick return, punt return. Caught this kick return. Whew. Dude was about 10 feet in front of me, and I knew catching it, he is going to shoot his shot. He's going to try to lay me out. I said, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to juke him immediately. Caught the ball, and I just went, whoo, popped out the way. Bro, when I jumped like that, I heard my leg just, I heard a pop. I was like, what is that? I never got injured like that. It's kind of on the sidelines doing this. I was like, yo, I can move. Like, I feel good. It's just a little weird. Had a little pain behind my knee. I was like, a little weird. Maybe hyperextension or something like that. Because I've done things like that. In football, you get nicked and messed up all the time that you don't even really realize what's going on, you know? So I got nicked. Hop back in the game. They throw me a sweep to the left, to the right side. And as I'm going with the ball, I go to turn back towards, like, to come back this way. And my leg just, I heard it from, like, if this was, my finger was my knee, I heard it in my head just go, shh, like a shredding sound, bro. Like a shredding sound. I tore my ACL and my left and right meniscus. Screwed my knee up for over about 1.5 years recovery. Crutches for, I think, 4 months. I was bedridden. I was in the bed for, man, I didn't walk. I was on a mobile machine 12 hours out of the day, just cranking my knee like that, breaking scar tissue. Bro, what a painful process to get back to walk again. I was so thankful to just walk again. And my mom and my dad asked me, like, what are you gonna do now? What do you think's gonna happen? And I said to them, I said, I feel God gave me a pause on my life. Even though it was like it was the beginning of my senior year. So it was a pause it was an unfortunate pause because obviously I didn't want to get injured, but it was an unfortunate pause to allow me to sit back and really think about myself. Granted, I don't even know if I really did that. I really just was able to focus on enjoying the rest of my senior year. Ended up breaking up with a girlfriend that I was with for a long time, and just finishing my year, finishing my degree. And I'll be honest with you, not having to go to practice and deal with that really was eye-opening to me. It showed me I didn't love it. My coach actually gave me, I had another year of eligibility. I could have stayed there for one more year and came back and played the following year, but I was like, man, I'll be honest with you, I'm good. I'm honestly good. And it's so crazy, man. Like, I'm talking from 4th grade playing football all the way up to my senior year of college. I'm just able to just walk away from it like that. And I thank God for that, because if I never would have walked away, I don't know if I'd be where I'm at. I don't know if I would have my family and be married to the love of my life and be doing now what I love to do. Granted, it's hard. Like I said from the top of this video, when you get a family, starting to develop your own path and make your own dreams and turn your dreams into reality gets very difficult because your time is so limited. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It was such a blessing to have that happen to me, to allow me to realign back with God. And I would say after that moment, I came home and I screwed around a little bit, but then I got really serious and I said, God, I want to get married. I want to be with the right person. I don't want to be screwing around anymore. I want to start really living my life the way that I'm supposed to be living it. And that's what ended up happening. But the whole point of this video was to tell you, before you go to college, I'm not saying college is bad. College is fantastic. You could learn so much in college, but are you going to learn the right things? Are you, maybe you're not like me, but if you're like me and you're going because of a sport, or you're going because that's just what your parents told you need to do. Guys, seriously, while you have the time, sit down and think about what you really want out of this life. Think about what you really want to do, because you could waste a lot of time. You could waste a lot of time in an area that you could have been doing something else and actually really building something that you love. Okay? I don't want anyone to go. Plus, college ain't cheap, man. I went on a full ride. So I didn't pay. But at URI, it was $55K a year. A year. So you go leave school possibly with 200 G's with interest coming right to you right after you graduate, because that bill from the Fed is coming. They're going to want their money. You know, they don't pay their bills. They stack up their debt, but they want us to pay their bills. Whole nother subject, man. United States is criminal, bro. But I don't want anybody to do it in a sense like me. Don't go to school just because you feel it's the right thing to do. Don't practice something just for a means of an end because you think it's gonna, since you're good at it, you need to be doing it at a professional level. Don't do that. God gave you a specific purpose here in life. And I don't know, maybe you do have to live it like me, but I know if I would be super happy if I came across this video on YouTube before I went to college and started deciding what I wanted to do. I would have took things different, man. You know, I would have traveled more. I would have studied different things. I would have, you know, actually took time to get into groups into school that were in areas of interest. I would have actually found my area of interest. For me, it was just like athlete, football. I play football. I play football. That's it. It was like so dead to me. It was like I had nothing else. Like, what else am I? Gosh, man, I look back on that. I'm like, man, my wife, she studied at in the Gold Coast in Australia. She went and studied abroad for, I think, a year or two. What an awesome experience. But she knew, in a sense, what she wanted to do. That's why that opportunity and vision became clear, because a lot of times the vision that God gives you is not always clear. So you have to take action and be obedient to that vision to make the clarity come clear. Because, yeah, a lot of times we have visions, we have desires, we have hopes, we have dreams, but they're just hopes and dreams and desires. They can't be goals if they don't have plans attached to them, you know? So once you attach the plan, the goal is actually now a goal, because now you have an idea, you have a direction of where you want to take this, you know? So don't just do something to do it. Give yourself the love that you need to take the time to hear yourself out. Hear what you want out of this life. Think about it. Think about it, guys, because life goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. I'm sitting here, I'm 36 years old. I can't even believe it. Yeah, I'm rounding up. I'm 35, but, you know, April's right around the corner. My birthday's in April. It goes by really fast, guys. And I would hate for you to look back on your life and have regrets. I don't want to have regrets in my life. So that's why I'm pursuing the things that I'm pursuing right now. That's why I'm hopping on camera talking to you guys. I don't want to have no regrets in this life. I'd rather say I tried. All right? So, listen, if you want to talk about this type of topic more, hit me in the comments. I'm always down to talk in the comments. You can follow me other social medias. It's Travis Your Herd on Instagram. It's Travis Your Herd on TikTok. It's Travis Your Herd on LinkedIn. It's Travis Your Herd everywhere. All right? So follow me there. If you want to talk to me more in depth, you could email me, and it's going to be seenandsent.media@gmail.com. All right? That's my new media company. That's where I'm going to be doing all business inquiries and any type of communication with anybody online. It's going to go through that email. So it's seenandsent@gmail.com. I'll write this stuff in the description, and if I'm editing this in post, I'll put them up in the screen here. And if you don't know me already, my whole point of this channel is God puts a vision on my heart. And with that vision, it's to ignite faith and purpose in others. So how do I do that? I do that through videos like this, and I also make short films. So if you like this video, I'm going to put two options here. This one right here is going to be stuck. This one is called stuck. It's don't get stuck doing something that you don't love doing. It's really talking about changing paths, and, you know, maybe you're working a job and you don't love it, okay? And this one right here is the turning. This kind of, they both go hand in hand right here. So you got the turning, which is a short film really about my life and how I'm changing things up, and I'm turning from what I used to do and pivoting into God's purpose for my life, doing film, media, and music. So if you guys love that, hit a like, hit a subscribe, hit your boy up, send this to your friends. And it's all love here, guys, man. I love making these videos for you guys. So if they help you, I'm so happy. It's That's my whole purpose here. All right. So if you like this, definitely show me some love. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.